Hello, loves. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Before I start this video, if you have been emailing me and have not been getting responses, I don't know why. I'm trying to figure that out with my Gmail account right now, but I've been responding to people and I've been getting a couple people coming back at me just saying, hey, just following up on that email that I sent you a while back, haven't heard anything. So again, not sure why that's happening, but I do respond to your guys' emails, so please be patient. I'm sorry, I will figure it out, but it is what it is right now. But feel free to leave me some comments if you do have some questions that you don't want to wait to hear back from me about. I really do want to help you guys out if you do have questions for me, so we'll figure it out. We got this. But anyway, if you're new here, my name is Alyssa, and this channel is about the law of attraction, building self-empowerment, and conquering limiting self-beliefs. So hit that subscribe button and that little bell icon, that way you don't miss any of the content that I put out. It's my goal to spread these messages and help anyone out there who may need to hear them, including you. And of course, hit that like button if you do end up enjoying this video. I know you hear that all the time, but it really does help the channel out more than you know, so I would really appreciate that. So you clicked on this video because you may be experiencing what is called a spiritual awakening. Oh yeah, we're going esoteric today, so stick around. A spiritual awakening is when you discover that you're far beyond your physical body. Maybe you've realized what you're capable of in terms of what your mind can accomplish for you in your life. Maybe you've discovered a connection between yourself and the rest of the universe and realized that we truly are connected with everyone and everything in the entire universe, since we all come from the same divine source. Or maybe you're at the point where you know that you have a higher self that's within you at all times, and this higher consciousness version of you, higher consciousness version? I don't know if that sounds right, but that version of you holds all the answers as far as what you need to do to better your circumstances. You may not be able to hear your higher self yet, but at least at this point you may be aware that they are there. And if you've experienced any of this, you realize how amazing it can actually feel. For me, it's completely changed the way that I live every single day. I found meditation and determined so much of my potential to where I started actually acting on things that I never would have prior to this, including starting this channel. It's also changed the interactions that I have with people. I feel way more compelled to just accept myself and be myself and speak my truth. I also look at people differently now. I forgive a lot of what people say and do now because I know that they just haven't woken up yet. They're not woke yet, okay? Therefore, I get offended way less often and take pretty much everything in stride now. But as I had to learn the hard way, there can also be several negative side effects, so to speak, of an awakening. So here are 3 negative things that you can expect from your spiritual awakening. Number 1, you may get angry. I know that sounds weird, but it can be frustrating learning how the human race has been programmed by society to conform to certain things, believe certain things about life and yourself that just aren't true. And if you've had a rough childhood, that just amplifies all that programming and builds to it. So you may feel a little bit victimized at first, and that's totally normal. Don't beat yourself up. If you need to get upset about all that, take 10 minutes, do what you gotta do, but after that, accept all of that and take responsibility and remember who you are and what you're capable of, and then push on through. I was very upset. There were a couple times at first where I sort of wished I hadn't learned about all this because the thought of reprogramming myself after 30 years of garbage getting wired into my brain seemed daunting, to say the least. I honestly didn't want to put in the work required for that, and I was angry that I was in a position where I felt like I had to. But now, I am so incredibly grateful that I learned about all this because now I get to pass this all on to you guys and hopefully help you out because it really did change my life for the better. And I still feel like I'm kind of in the beginning stages of it, so very excited to see what's next. Also, to kind of piggyback off of that point, you may notice it hitting the fan and not the clown. Sorry, that was dumb. I don't know why I said that. I think it just sounded better in my head and then, yeah. Anyway, crap may hit the proverbial fan, if you will, because at this point you may have started the process of raising your vibrations through meditation, affirmations, and even the Abraham Hicks method of just finding reasons to feel good. Therefore, you may notice some contrast if things in your outer reality haven't fully changed yet. When most people go through a spiritual awakening, they've most likely been dealing with a lot of stress, money issues, emotional turmoil, the whole nine. At least that's what led to my awakening. So when they awaken or get woke, they start raising their vibrations and things start internally feeling good over time. But when crap hits the fan, they may have more emotional responses to those things happening. An example of this, I shared my story about trying the 2-cup method of manifestation, a video which I will link below and pin to the comments, but basically, I was trying to manifest money. Aren't we all? And little things were working here and there to get it, but I really wanted to go big. So I tried this method out, and without getting into it too much, basically this exercise entails setting an intention as far as what you want to manifest, and you transfer the energy of that intention into a glass of water, and then you drink the water and you wait for your wish to come true. Again, just a short overview of what that is. But you have to be in high vibration towards what you want. And my vibration towards money at the time was that of fear. So because I had desperate fear-driven energy behind doing the 2-cup method to try and attract some cash, that negative energy was transferred into the water. So the very next day, it was at 1 a.m. the same night, my debit card was hacked by a shopping app that I haven't used in forever, so the plan backfired. I tell the story in the video, but yeah, in short, that's what happened. So because this was post-awakening, I was like, what? How can this be? I'm awakened now. I'm woke, man. Where's my money? So I acted a little more dramatically than I probably would have before, and I panicked. It all worked out at the end, but yeah, it sucked. Sorry, I know I went on a tangent there, but it's important to know that it's completely normal to notice that contrast at first. Anyway, number 2, you want to tell everyone. And normally this is fine. You should be telling people about things that you're excited about. However, just be prepared for some of the responses that you may get. Some people will tell you it's bullshit. Be prepared. Some people will think that you're crazy. Be prepared. And others simply won't want to hear it. There are honestly a lot of people who are just not ready to hear all this stuff. They don't believe it. They may not dismiss you exactly, but you'll feel the lack of interest and possible judgment. Don't let that kill your vibe though. Again, they're just not ready. Just like maybe a few years ago, you weren't ready to hear all this. So you can spread the word, but try to keep the focus on your progress and your vibration right now. And for the people who think that it's BS, I've had several debates about it and realized that there is truly no point in arguing when someone is just not gonna buy into this. You can stick to your truth like I've always done. I stick to my opinions and my beliefs, but if people argue it, just back off and let them have their own belief systems. Maybe something will resonate with them later, you never know. Understand that these people probably aren't ready to hear that either, and they might be dealing with a lot that's making them a little bit bitter and ready to dismiss these possibilities. So it helps to empathize. And number 3, experiencing darkness before the dawn. So, during the awakening process, when you're trying to figure yourself out, get to the core of your subconscious as far as why you've attracted certain things into your life, you're gonna have some questions about how and why you've been programmed the way that you have. And that may mean opening up some old wounds that haven't fully healed yet. When I started meditating, for instance, a lot of my thoughts and beliefs about life and about myself came right up to the surface. And most of what I got out of meditation when I first started was great. I got new ideas, new discoveries about myself, and I got to observe my own thoughts, something I really never even tried doing in the past. But a lot of those thoughts and beliefs that I didn't know that I had were negative. And there was a lot from the past that I was holding on to that I was not ready to let go of yet. Things that I did not know that I was hanging on to. So I brought all of that to the surface without committing to wiring in new thoughts and beliefs. So I was getting a reflection of all those negative beliefs in my outer experience. So shit really did feel like it was hitting the fan for a while. I'm sorry for cursing, but that's really how it felt. And some people, when they're opening up these wounds, go into depression, and that's what happened to me. I fell into this darkness, and things in my life started to reflect that as well. And every once in a while, I still feel some of that depression creep up, but I know that I can handle it now, and I know that if I'm feeling that, then that means that I still have some inner work that I have to do. So I feel way more in control, and it is not nearly as bad as it used to be. But I was also very anxious about so much because I was so aware of how law of attraction works, and I was always kind of watching my back to see what bad thing I would attract next. It was not good. So if you're experiencing this as a result of discovering who you truly are, which is a soul living out a temporary existence in this physical vessel we call a body, just know that you are so much more than your outer circumstances. And one day they won't even matter because every moment is a new one. You truly are a divine being that is capable of creating a life that you want to live. You will come out of that darkness, but understand that it's also part of the process for a lot of people, and it's incredibly worth it. Because one day, you'll notice all that stress, worry, fear in your life start to dissipate. People will speak to you differently. You'll respond to stress versus react to it, and you'll see so many amazing opportunities coming your way. That's also when you know that you've started loving yourself. But that's another video, so stay tuned. That's all I have for you guys in this video today, but I will sum up since we did go over a lot. First, you may notice negative contrast when dealing with life's less than ideal circumstances. You may get upset learning about how you've been programmed. 2, you may get excited and want to tell everyone, including the people who may not want to hear it. And 3, you may experience dark periods of emotional stress. All of these things are normal. I really hope this helps. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, hit the little bell, comment, you get the idea. Thank you guys so much for watching today. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. I love you all. And as always, please be safe, much love, and I'll see you next time.